Hello, welcome Magic lovers. So last week, or earlier this week, I'm not sure when I'm posting this right now, I played a deck by Boyne that got 17th place in a Commander Challenge. It was a cool Pia and Kira Nalar deck. And this week, and after I made that video, recorded the games, but before I posted it, the same player got 5th place in a Commander Challenge with this deck. They went 6-0 in the regular rounds and then lost in the semifinals with this Captain Lannery Storm deck. It's kind of similar to what we were playing with P and Kira, but it's got a slightly different strategy. So let's go over what's different. There's kind of a little bit more of an aggro strategy. There's new cards like Stormkirknogle, Slith Firewalker, Runaway Steamkin seems interesting, Goblin Crater Maker, and, a few things like that. There's some things that have stayed. There's not as many of these Sweltering Sun Slagstorm type effects. It looks like they stuck with those three, the three that I kept in, and got rid of the 2 damage ones and everything like that. So that seems interesting. They actually cut most of the cards that I cut as well. The ones that stayed are Electrostatic Bolts, with which I'm not sure I get still, but we'll see. And then Mindsparker, which I totally do not get. But we'll when somebody does really well with a deck, you just try it out the way they had it. Maybe they know something you didn't. And so let's give it another try. We're going to play it the way they had it before we go trying anything new. There's Hazaret now, and there's some other cool things. So it seems like it's more of a aggro. There's a little less the kill all the creatures package. It's still there in case you need those kind of reset buttons. There's still a bunch of Planeswalkers. Oh, Chandra Nalar is one that I cut. I might have been a little too premature. We never actually drew it. I just assumed it would be bad, so we'll find out. The same thing with Mindsparker. I never drew it. I just assumed it would be bad. There's still a Rekindling Phoenix, which I still do not have. It has dropped to 20 tickets now, but knowing my luck, I'd hold it for 2 days while playing the games, and it drop another 5. And I've had a real bad case of the feel bad, so it's just for testing out a few games, it's not worth it. I was going to put in a Stormbreath Dragon instead of a Chandra's Phoenix this time, because I thought that Stormbreath Dragon would be good, but there's a Stormbreath Dragon right there, and there's a Thundermaw Hellkite. So those are 2 cards that I thought might be interesting in the last deck, and here they are. So yeah, so I guess I'm just going to put the Chandra's Phoenix back in. I don't like this card. I just don't have this one. And we'll see, chances are in 10 games I'll draw it twice. And, so it's just not worth spending 20 tickets and losing a ticket on the spread and then potentially more if it drops in value over the next couple days. So, very interesting deck. This looks really cool. They went 6-0 in the Commander Challenge. I mean, granted, the Commander Challenge has had a lot less players lately, so maybe they didn't play against the best decks in the format, and maybe then they got the semifinals and just, met their match. But we'll see. Or maybe they just got lucky and got Blood Moon against all the opponents that Blood Moon dealt with and stuff like that. So we'll see that as well. Also, there's a destroy target Kess right there, so that's kind of cool. So let's try it out. Alright, got a game. I am on the draw. I'm going to keep this hand. It looks pretty good. I think I'm going to start off with a Stormkirknogle, and then go Bomat Courier Mana Vault, and then get the Sarkhan as soon as I can. I am playing against Tatyova. So let's see if the Stormkirknogle can get bigger. I am trying out a new editing method, so let me know if it works well. Hopefully it leads to smoother videos with less of the the audio cuts that were occurring in the past. So let me know if it's working out well. Gonna go ahead and attack. Stromkirk Noble gets bigger. I didn't play the pre-combat Bomat Courier because I'm not used to playing that card. That was a mistake. It could actually be quite costly. But it's correct to just play it anyways, not hide in shame. Got a Wayward Swordtooth. It's a card that I forgot to put in my Tatyova deck when I was playing it. I forgot that it existed. Alright, so we got the Wayward Swordtooth, can't block yet. We can... This thing... Flying Indestructible in haste. Yeah, we might as well. Let's go for it. Nope. Okay. Opponent conceded to the turn 3 Sarkin. Alright, I got another game. I am on the draw again. Playing against Grenzo. And his hand looks aggressively mediocre. I'm going to mulligan it. Alright, this one actually looks pretty good. And I might actually want that. We'll take that. It's not a land, so I might want to try and find a place to get a land. But this Grenzo deck, usually they want to put a bunch of dorks on the ground. It's power, so it could be higher toughness. Well, let's go ahead and Bomat Courier it up. Doing it right this time. Opponent plays Grenzo. I think we Searing Spear Grenzo. Hopefully draw another land next turn, and then I'd probably Lannery Storm. Opponent has Priest of Urabrask. Gives them 3 red mana when it enters the battlefield. And a Signet. And then they tap it. And that's it. Alright. Am I going to Sweltering Suns next turn? No. And I think I'm going to attack with the Bomat Courier. They can block Lannery Storm. That's fine. Actually, almost rather them, but they're going to block the Bomat Courier. That's fine too. And then Grenzo's probably coming down this turn. It costs 2 to activate Grenzo. Alright, they got a Siege Game Commander. Alright, I might have lied. I might actually be playing Sweltering Suns this turn. Attack first. I don't know, do I wait to play Sweltering Suns? Yeah, I think I do. I think I still want to... Yeah. I think this equals less damage on me. They're probably going to block it. With 2 goblins. I'm not doing anything with the mana. So I could... Red Instant or Sport or Red Planeswalker. That's actually going to be harder to do than I thought. Now we'll hold on to it. We'll get this Grenzo as well as the Siege Game Commander. Alright, so it's a 3/3? Yep, okay. That's perfect. Alright, let's... Sweltering Suns. And Slith Firewalker. Interesting aggro-y mirror match. I don't know if I'm quite playing it right. Lannery Storm costs 5. I don't even have to spend the treasure token now. Or I could play this Chandra's Phoenix. Either one does. Let's go. It doesn't really matter. Let's go human. Attack with both. Not doing much damage to my opponent yet. Predictable block. These two cards don't do anything. Opponent needs another mana in order to get Grenzo back. So they're replaying Grenzo. Target card from the graveyard on the bottom of its owner's... So they can get back the Siege Gang Commander with the Junk Troller. I haven't drawn one of my many... it's still the... I mean, it kills Grenzo. Bye again, Grenzo. It cost 8 mana now. Opponent doesn't seem too happy about losing their Grenzo for a third time. Oh. Forgot about that ability. That's kind of cool. Since they probably want to block the Slith Firewalker, actually getting an extra point of damage here. Well, at least for right now, it does look like we're the beatdown. Alright, and they are putting the Siege Gang Commander on the bottom of their library. And let's say go. They have a Goblin Welder. And a Zealous Conscript. 2 steel. Captain Lannery Storm. Are you going to tap the Zealous Conscripts? I actively want that. Alright. They're going to take a treasure token from me, I see. This is one of those games where all these hate cards are really coming to bite me in the butt. Because, well, at least 2 of them. Because I have run out of steam here. I can sacrifice 1 creature. It'll be this thing or this thing to get in an extra 2 point. Yeah. Actually, it's a decent amount of damage. We'll go for it. But we are running out of steam. They could block Lannery Storm with the Zealous Conscripts. Alright, that's what they're doing. So... Oh. I wasn't paying... No, they're blocking the Mishra's Factory. That makes sense. I'm still going to go for all this damage. I don't really need all these things. Let's get in for 7. It's not nothing. They do get to keep the Zealous Conscripts around now. Alright, and they put the Priest of Urbrask back on the bottom of the library. Another mana is still required for them to recast Grenzo. They do have a lot of mana, though, so if they've got good things, they can just beat us with those. Kiki Jiki, Zealous Conscripts. Yep. Alright, got another game. Wouldn't be a game if I weren't on the draw. So this is a turn 2 Blood Moon against the 3-color deck. The rest of my hand looks alright. We'll go ahead and keep this. Oh, I'm actually on the play, but I lost the die roll. So my opponent decided to put me on the draw, or on the play. Opponent's got an Evolving Wilds. Alright, I'm going to just stop on my opponent's turn. This makes it so that I don't have to use the Mana Vault this turn. It buys me an extra turn to play the Blood Moon, while my opponent's mana is still back at turn 1. They got a Maze of Ith, so that doesn't even... I guess I'm turning it into a land. I'm still going to play the Blood Moon because it... Well, I guess they do have the Swamp here. I could just... I don't have 2 red yet. I guess now I do. For next turn. It's one way to do it. Or I could have Lannery Storm. I kind of forgot about my commander there. Let's not do that in the future. They could have just mazed of it, though. But I still get the token. Of course, they got... Alright. Never cared for Rhystic Study much in 1v1 commander decks. It just doesn't do all that much. Just gonna say go. All basics for my opponent. What does this commander do? Return target artifact from your graveyard to the battlefield. Okay. It's also a 5/5. So I really need to start pressuring my opponent, I think. This Mana Vault and no lands. Then you got a Factor Fiction. Holy crap. Alright. Well, we're not disrupting any of that. What did they take? Bribery. I'm tapping the Mana Vault. We get the token from Lannery Storm. I don't like doing it. I've got to pressure my opponent. Because I can't interact with any of that business that they're up to. Return to dust. Okay. I mean, they had all basics anyways. So, the Blood Moon didn't really matter. Mana Crypt mattered a little bit, but I did already tap it. I'm glad I tapped it. So, are they playing Wraths or anything like that? Can I afford to play around it if they are? I think the answer is no. Siege Gang Commander. Making the Steamkin bigger. We get the token back. Also made Captain Lannery Storm bigger. This thing is going to be hard to get through. But we do have the Goblin tokens. That actually, 1 Goblin plus... Oh, they turned the Maze of Ith back on, too. Forgot about that. Alright. Killing the Steamkin. And playing a Signet. Still no double blue. That Rishadenport tech against Maze of Ith. They're at 12. That is not nothing. I actually probably could have... Alright. Let's just, see if they can bribery us. Dismal Backwater tapped. I couldn't have Rishadenported and... I guess they could Tech Edge instead of Rishadenport. It's more long-term. Alright. They can get a Swords to Plowshares here. Or they could just leave the 4/6 on the board. Path to Exile. Alright, well, let's just throw that at them. Yep. And I think they're dead. Glorybringer. Yeah, they're dead. Even if this doesn't... I haven't added up the damage yet. Oh, it's exactly enough. But even if it didn't, we get the token. And we get a lightning bolt them as well. So, yeah. So, didn't... My opponent was going to go way over the top of me. So this is where being able to do a lot of damage to their face very quickly really made the matchup work. Because otherwise, if I had given them even a turn or two more, it probably would have gone really, really badly for me. Alright, got another game. I am naturally on the draw. I have a 1-lander. Playing against Aurelia, the Warleader. Gonna mulligan this hand. This one looks like it doesn't do anything. But I don't think I can afford to mulligan it. Burst Lightning. I don't know what they're going to be doing. But it's something. Let's take it. Let's play the gemstones. And probably get rid of Ruination. It just doesn't seem like I'm going to have time to cast it. And if I do, it probably won't be very good anyways. I can cycle the Forgotten Cave if I don't need it. I might just... Opponent is land taxing me right off the gate, huh? Alright. I'm going to cycle this. And I'm not going to play a land. We can swap, play, and draw. That's fine. Alright, opponent's going to keep this up. So will I. I've got artifacts I can draw to. I've got this Chrome Max. If that's the way they want to do it. Alright, now they play an Ancient Tomb. And a Boros Signet. Alright, I'm a little regretful. And a Star Compass. Holy cow. Alright. So let's play land. Let's play a Chrome Mox. Let's Burst Lightning. And let's get in there with our commander. Aurelia is going to come down fairly soon. And it's going to hurt. Alright, they got a Swiftfoot Boots. Which, it already has Haste, and then a Mask of Memory. Where is my Shatterstorm when I need it? Not there. Alright, so let's sacrifice this. Ah! I just missed out on 3 very important points of damage. I guess the hexproof actually really does matter on the Swiftfoot Boots, doesn't it? Although Chain Lightning's not going to get there, but 2 Siege Gang commander tokens could. I really wish I had missed that attack. Alright, Steel Shaper's Gift. Alright, they got an Umezawa's Jit. So, I might need... Although, doing a lot of damage to my opponent here. I'm just going to sacrifice that right away. I've got tons of mana here. I should have played the Dust Bowl, shouldn't I? They are at 11 life. They can't ping that back at me. I can do 4 more. Alright. Can't quite get there with what I've got on board if I can't get in for an attack. But if they just Aurelia, then I can get in for an attack. And they do 2 damage to themselves. Potentially. I'm pretty sure they have to do 2 damage to themselves. Alright. Well, that's too bad. Let's sacrifice this goblin first. And then itself. Alright, they got a Figure of Destiny. They can make that bigger. They got 1 card in hand. I guess they can also equip the Umezawa's Jit. Because they can just block the Lannery Storm and then use the tokens. I need 1 more point of damage from somewhere. Like a Chandra. Do I ping it? Probably. Probably the correct way to do it. I could also, like, tick it up, but I'd rather just not chance anything with the tokens. That was a pretty good top deck, though. Alright, there we go. Once again, opponent was going to go way over the top of me, but I was able to do damage to them fast enough that they were never able to get there. Alright, got another game. I am on the draw, of course. I'm missing a land, but this hand is incredible against Narset. We have Vandal Blast and Ingature to destroy their artifact mana. Mindsparker actually blocks Narset. And, alright, Coalition. Wow, that's a lot of turn 1 mana. Alright, so let's kill the Coalition Relic. I hope we can kill all their mana fast enough. That was an incredibly fast start for them. I also do want to draw at least 1 other land. Jeez. Alright, the mana keeps coming. They have another one. Oh my god. Do they have another one? Scroll Rack, okay. Alright, they're down to 1 card. We're going to hit the Mana Crypt. So they can't play Narset this next turn. I guess if they have an Ancient Tomb, then they can. But that would be like a near perfect hand. Alright, out of mana. I'm going to go on the Lannery Storm plan in order to bait out a counter if there is one. Because this is not uncounterable. Alright, no counters. Alright, no mana. I could just Chandra Nalar. Let's go for it. Pre-combat, so it pumps up our commander. Take up just does 1 damage. Alright, they're scroll racking to check to see if they have a counter spell. Looks like they are Force of Willing Chandra. Alright, so now they're down to 1 card in hand. Let's attack. Alright, they're scroll racking again. And they packed it in. We were able to destroy it just by destroying 2 mana rocks. That was enough. They couldn't get there. Alright, I got another game. I am actually on the play this time. Hand looks great playing against Kess. Alright, let's see if it's good enough. Opponent has an Inquisition of Kozilek, so they're probably going to take this Magus of the Moon. So my hand doesn't look as good anymore. It's one thing I always forget about Kess. They only run like 4 turn 1 counter spells, but they always seem to have them. And Chandra's Phoenix a little bit clumsy with our commander, which also costs 3 mana. Alright. And they took Chandra. No surprises there. I'm going to play Captain Lannery Storm. They could force spike it. They didn't. They could bolt it. They did. Alright. Still having problems with Kess decks. These decks are just like all over you if you... They are very, very good, and they have a lot of answers, and they have a lot more colors than we do with which to answer everything. So, also not as good as Lannery Storm. If they play Kess, and we draw a land, do need to critically draw a land, then we can just... Alright. I think this counts, right? It's dealt damage by a red instant or by a red planeswalker. So this swinging to do damage counts. Alright, Pithing Needle. Do they know what we have? We just drew the Sarkhan. So they can name Mishra's Factory, they can name Siege Gang Commander. Alright, Mishra's Factory, that's fine. Alright. So let's play this. And they miss their land drop. So that's pretty good. They're also down to 2 cards. It's also pretty good. The Ghost Quarter. Opponent is Demonic Tutoring for something. Soul Ring. Alright. Well, I guess we bait out the counter with the Siege Gang Commander. They already know about it. And then maybe they could still have an account. Yeah, let's find out. Alright, Siege Gang Commander resolves. They could just remove it. They could cast Kess and then remove it. But if we can actually get rid of Kess, they only have 2 cards in their hand right now. 1 card in their hand. There's Kess. There's the Tutor. Alright, they are Ghost Quartering my Githu encampment. Yes, I want to use that ability. Get a mountain. That puts them down a land. Alright. I don't know what they tutored for. Actually, let's just kill it this way. That way I don't have to play around any counter spells or anything like that. I've still got the goblins that can kill it as well. They can replay it, but it costs all their mana. I don't know what they tutored for. Maybe just a Wrath. Toxic Deluge. Alright. Not the worst of my problems. Alright, I'm just gonna Lannery Storm here. Again, just trying to bait out counter spells. I'm gonna attack this time. Opponent's down to 16. Alright, the recasting Kess. Played a tap Watery Grave. Let's attack first. I will trade. Alright. So we're playing around Force Daze, but not around Force of Will. Let's kill Kess. Boom. And now we got a Sarkhan around too. And like I said, Sarkhan gets our Chandra's Phoenix back. Which in this case, the other Phoenix probably would have been better. Alright, opponent is replaying Kess. Oh, I forgot to activate Sarkhan. God dang it. That's pretty big. Again, we will trade. 1,000 times. Alright, so let's Firebolt Kess twice, I think. Is the best way to do it. Alright, Kess is dead. Let's tick up Sarkin. Shake her head a little bit. Opponent has a Trinket Mage. And they got a Nile Spellbomb, and they cast it. They're probably... So they're just looking to turn their Trinket Mage. Oh, it gets rid of Shauna's... Man. If I had attacked with Sarkin last turn, this wouldn't be a thing. And a Phyrexian Arena. Alright. I think my opponent is dead. Let's Crater Maker. Let's kill the Trinket Mage. They're not quite dead. This is... We could... 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Because of the stupid Pithing Needle. Alright, they decided to pack it in anyways. So that early on that looked pretty bad. Actually was able to control what they did pretty well. I got another game. I am on the play again. I got turn 1 Blood Moon against Queen Marchesa. I actually kind of want to see what this Queen Marchesa deck can do. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to turn 1 Blood Moon my opponent in the just for fun room. But they're playing Queen Marchesa, so I don't feel too bad. They do get to keep the red man, and they got a Plains. Alright. Alright, I could Lannery Storm. I think Blasting Cannons is the way to go here. Alright, Pyroblast doesn't do anything. Let's go Blasting Cannons. Say go. Hope they can't find black mana somewhere. Alright, they are fragmentizing my Blood Moon. That's a shame. So there's their black mana. But at least they didn't fragmentize my Blasting Cannons. Inferno Titan heads. Heads that won the flip. Mutavault. So I can't play the Giant Titan guy. I'm very sad about it. But I can attack them for a bunch of damage. This just came into play, right? Yeah. Okay. I guess a bunch of damage is 2. 2 damage. But I get a treasure token, so... Although Inferno Titan is my most expensive card. So it's not likely I'll hit another 6 next turn. Alright. Opponents got their 3 colors. It's Blasting Cannons. Hit Lightning Bolt. Alright, they're gonna braid. Oh, okay. Alright, that's fine. That's before my draw, too. That actually did end up mattering, because I drew a Thundermaw Hellkite. Let's go ahead and cast that. And activate that. I could get that burnt out, and that would be pretty bad, actually. So maybe attacking with a Mutavault's a little bit aggressive. Seems to be okay. Is my opponent going to Queen Marchesa this turn? Seems a bit risky. Alright, there she is. I would like to be the monarchy, please. Alright, we hit Experimental Frenzy. We can still cast our things off of... But then I lose... I don't know, that's risky. Guess we can always destroy it. Did I already play land? Alright, I came here to Experimental Frenzy. I didn't really. But it sounds like fun. I guess the monarchy doesn't matter with Experimental Frenzy. So we might end up popping this faster than expecting. Blind Obedience. Alright, that hits my haste creatures like the Thundermaw and a Signet. Let's see what we can do with this experimental frenzy in play. That's a Koth. Alright. Missing this Hazaret. Not the biggest deal in the world. Got a handful of stuff when we do eventually crack this blasting cannons. Opponent's probably going to Queen Marchesa here. They could just Shambling Vent at us. But they might want to hit this Koth. Alright, there's Queen Marchesa. She takes the monarchy back. Does she also hit Koth? Nope. Alright, let's play the port. Do 3 damage to each player. Let's do that. Let's attack. And then let's Scrying Sheets with that extra mana. Alright, let's reveal that. Alright. Alright, well, we don't get to cast a Chandra Nalar. That's a little bit too bad. Opponent's at 7. And discard the Pyroblast and a Mountain. Opponent plays a Windborn Muse. So a propaganda effect. And also a Hero's Downfall, killing Koth. Koth down. That's too bad. Alright, we Blasting Cannons the Glorybringer. Let's play the land. Let's play the Glorybringer. Oh, the answer's tapped. Shoot. Oh, that means I did that wrong. Alright, well, let's just say go. I think I'm going to use this mana to crack the frenzy. I think it's time. I can Arc Slogger and do some damage. Maybe it's not time. Alright. This looks like a Wrath to me. Or maybe they just want the Monarchy. Guess that's possible too. I don't have a way in my hand to deal with the Windborn Muse so that I can swing with multiple creatures. Alright. Do I? Yeah. I think I... Let's destroy the Experimental Frenzy. Alright, and they go for throating the Glorybringer. Not super surprising there. Alright, drew a land for the turn. Anything I play is... Well, I guess Hazaret is alright. Because it's indestructible. But we can't attack with it because our hand is stacked. Alright, I'm going to play the Arc Slogger and say go. I don't know if it's good enough. If they just have removal, then we can only do 6 damage total. So we'll wait. We don't have to do anything with it now. We can see if they remove it. They got an Aven Mind Sensor. And they are extorting. This does 10 cards to my library. So it's gonna... They're at 10 life. They gain life with the Shambling Vents. Alright. I think they have to take the Chandra Nalar. This Blind Obedience has been the worst. It has been very, very good for my opponent. And very, very bad for my mountain of haste creatures. Yep, Chandra Nalar down. No surprises there. Alright, they're shambling in. Yeah, they kind of have to. Alright, let's let him do that. Something good with the blasting cannons. Alright, we got a mountain. Alright, let's get in. Shoot. I forgot about that. Then we can't do enough damage, can we? I mean, I only kind of forgot about that. I just didn't add together all the mana. Alright, they have to block here. Otherwise, they're dead. Unless they got a removal spell. Alright, they're at 9. Or they could gain life. Let's go ahead and exile the top 50 cards of my library to kill them. We got 67. I guess I'm dead, lol. Yeah, I've never seen the Arc Slugger actually do anything. There's a reason I actually left it in. I could see that it could do that finishing. I mean, it could do 10 points of damage. Yeah, they had to block with a Kite Sail Freebooter. And that might have actually worked for me. This is the first. Told my opponents the first time I used it. They said the first time Arc Slugger never got me before. I said this is the first time I've ever used it. I thought maybe they just didn't read the card. Otherwise, they probably would have blocked with the Kite Sail Freebooter. I guess there's that advantage too. Alright, I got another game. This was actually in the tournament practice room. There was actually a game available for once. I'm on the play. And I'm playing against Zozu the Punisher. Alright. I think this can work. Might want another red. The old GLHF. And I'm on the play as well. So let's just say go. Alright, opponent doesn't have a turn 1 play. I also don't have a turn 2 play. But that's fine. Opponent, impending disaster. Beginning of okay. Sacrifice impending disaster and destroy all lands. Alright. Well, we got Lannery Storm, so we can just keep making tokens, although they could just kill it actually kind of easily. I think I do want to play land and play Lannery Storm, first of all. Probably not. I probably want to hold lands after this, which I don't have any right now. But stopping at 2 lands, I think, is a fool's errand. So we at least got the extra treasure. And then it's actually enough lands to work on for now. Hopefully Lannery Storm doesn't die. Seems likely that it might. Alright, Zozu the Punisher. Alright. I'm just going to go ahead and kill that. And then activate one of these things and swing for 2. I don't think it matters which. It's the beginning of your upkeep. Alright, so it won't be on until their next turn. And they didn't get to keep the Zozu, so they can't punish us for playing more lands after it. Haven't drawn any yet, though. They got a young Pyromancer. And a gamble. I guess they could play a land there, couldn't they? Or, yeah, they can. I should have... Yeah, okay, we got the opening here. So let's go ahead and bolt young Peasy here. Opponent discarded Dwarven Driller. Destroy target land unless its controller has Dwarven Driller do 2 damage to it. So it's a Punisher card. Alright, so there's a land. I think I want the Steamkin. And I think I don't want to attack with Mishra's Factory. I don't want to sacrifice a token. I don't want to play a land. We'll just swing in with the Lannery Storm, get another treasure. Keep up a braid unless they do, in case they do something crazy like play. I don't know if there's much else. Yeah, actually there's, you know, hasty creatures. Alright, they're just chump blocking. There's like Goblin Rabble Master or the new one that we want to destroy before combat. Seething Song. Holy, okay. It's a lot of mana. For Chandra Flamecaller. Alright. They're doing 2 damage to each creature. Okay. So I can't make this big enough. So that's fine. All lands are going away next turn. I think I do want the Lannery Storm, even if it costs me a couple treasures. Technically only cost me 1. Attack Chandra. Get rid of Chandra. Alright, all lands. Boom. Opponent doesn't have any other lands. They played a land last turn in order to get that Chandra going. So they might have de-landed themselves out of the game. Alright, we'll play another land and just, I don't think there's much I need to do here. Opponent could destroy all the lands again, but there's a balance there where they might get Zozu. It seems hard to destroy all the lands when you have none. Like, it's going to take... This thing was 2 mana and it took a bunch of turns. Alright. Alright, so that was a match. I think this hand is fine. So we're on the draw this time. My opponent went really heavy on the land hate. Alright, we got an Ankh of Mishra. It does 2 damage to them as well when they play land. They're on the play, so they get the advantage a little bit. But we got a nice hasty Slith Firewalker that we just drew. So now it's a 2/2. And we have a Burst Lightning that we can deal with the Zozu. Rampaging... Whoa, okay. That thing is very, very good. And I don't have a way to deal with it right now. Let's play a land. Let's play Lannery Storm. Attack. I'll trade. All right. This gets people quite a few times, but the trick's actually on board. Alright. They don't want to do that. So somebody actually read the card. Alright, they're not getting in with the Ferostodon. Alright, Blood Moon doesn't do anything. Let's play land. Take some damage. Let's play a Glorybringer. Hope they don't have a way to kill it. Once it attacks, they can't do anything, so we can attack with all creatures. Oh. I have to attack and exert. That was... You can't just attack with all with this thing. Alright. They can just block... Yeah, they can block the Slith Firewalker for free. Because I am dumb. And I didn't exert. I think I'm still in an alright position. Alright, they're attacking with it this turn. Alright, we drew another land. Let's attack. And exert this time. Kill that thing. So I think I'm going to spend a treasure token. Okay. Yeah. Oh, I should... Well, no. I wanted to use the mana after combat. I guess I could have played this before combat, and I probably should have. I was doing that before. Let's just cast it. Get rid of the Ankh Mishra. And then we can just play lands. And now I think we're in a pretty commanding position. Alright, opponent packs it in. And probably sent the GG. Interesting match. Alright, got another game. I am on the play this time. So starting to get a nice streak of being on the play. Playing against Izoni. I'm going to keep this hand. Could be a couple of interesting builds on this Izoni. We'll see what happens. Alright, no turn 1 ramp for my opponent. I definitely would have bolted the bird. We'll just play a Crater Maker. Looks like once again Blood Moon's not going to be that good. Alright, I lied. Now all of a sudden it's really good. So we're gonna do that over a Lannery Storm. Interestingly, by the way, Ingra of the Gods kills Izoni and all the tokens. Opponent has a Golgari Signet. Just going to go ahead and cast Lannery Storm, swing with Lannery Storm. Alright, opponent has a Golgari Charm to get rid of my Blood Moon. Alright, that's fine. And a Putrefy to kill Lannery Storm. Alright. Just going to go ahead and cast Lannery Storm again. We just get the token right back. Opponent has no creatures in their graveyard. They can cast Izoni next turn, but there's nothing, there's no tokens. It's just a 2/2 for 6. Opponent does it anyways. A 2/3 for 6. So, notably, I can't Sarkin. And, I mean, I guess I can. Chain Lightning is a sorcery. I can't, like, get the token, sack it as an instant, and then bolt. But, I mean, Sarkin seems good enough. And then I'll probably trade. I don't know, we're running out of mana to recast our Lannery Storm. Lannery Storm is really good, but at the same time, so is Sarkin. So I'm just gonna get in there. If they want to trade, that's fine. Alright, they're doing the trade. I guess I could have -3'd Sarkin. I didn't really think about that ability. Oh, alright. To kill a treasure token? Oh, to kill a land. Okay. No, that makes sense. I forgot that they can hit land too. We haven't played a land in a few turns. So that kind of makes sense. Opponent has a Satyr Wayfinder. So now they got a couple of creatures in their graveyard. We got a Rishadan Port. Let's tick up this. Let's attack. I'm going to attack with the Goblin Crater Maker too, so that they have to consider blocking here, and then they're not swinging back into the Sarkin. I don't know why in the world I didn't play the Chandra's Phoenix. Let's stop on my opponent's upkeep. And tap down their Rot Farm. Alright, opponent has Savra. Whenever you sacrifice... Oh, so we got to worry about them making a sacrifice. Well, we don't really, because we can just... Alright, they're... Alright, that's fine. The ultimate's weird anyways, because it makes you discard your hand at the end of every turn. I'm going to lightning strike their face. Just use my mana right now. Okay, they pack it in. Wonder what if I would have drawn a land. Alright, Magic Online won't tell me if I would have drawn a land. We were pretty far ahead no matter what. Alright, got another match. I am on the play. Continuing that role, playing against Teshar. Okay. I mean, I think this is a mostly keepable hand. I don't know if I want to lead with this Forgotten Caves. If we draw like 2 lands in a row, it's going to feel pretty bad. But I think I do want the Forgotten. I don't think I'm going to cycle that. Whenever you cast a historic spell, return target. Now let's turn off that upkeep stop from the last game. And they have a Soul Ring. I just saw somebody in the rooms asking for a game without anybody playing Soul Rings or Mana Crypts. It reminded me of back when, before Magic took over the Commander ban list, can't cast more than 1 spell each turn. Okay. Before Magic took over the Commander ban list, there used to be a lot of people saying they wanted to play with the French ban list. But there's no enforcement of that. So a lot of those players would get into games and then people would play cards that were banned in the French ban list, and they'd get angry. Opponent is just mana-ing off. They got a Hope of Girapur and Martial Law, which I can never deal with. Alright, not drawing a land isn't super great. I could play the Blasting Cannons instead of Chandra. I want Chandra. And we will attack. Get our token back. And now our Captain Lannery Storm is detained. At least we get haste creatures. They can't really stop that. There's Teshar. Alright, to the battlefield. Okay. Alright. Nothing I can do there. Let's get to Stormbreath, and I think we tick this up and hit the Hope again. And then I think we Stormbreath, even if it does mean sacrificing a token. That has protection from white, which is everything they have. So it can't be Martial Lawed, interestingly enough. And it also can't be blocked right now. And for 7 mana, well, that's a long ways off. Opponent has a Spirit of Heliod, which gives their creatures +1/+1. Brings their Hope of Girapur back. Might need to bolt this Teshar just to get rid of it. And they have a Dust. Destroy all creatures, power 3 or greater. Oh, that sucks. Okay, well that kills Teshar as well. Alright, so Fiery Confluence is pretty fantastic. I can destroy 2 artifacts. 3 artifacts? Yeah, let's just go 3 artifacts on this. Let's kill the Spear of Heliod, the Soul Ring, and the Thought Vessel. And then tick up Chandra, kill that thing again, and say go. So they can recast Teshar here. They have no cards in hand. Let's tick up Chandra. I'm not gonna ultimate it yet. I think I want to get rid of this thing, even though I can only cast 1 spell per turn. I don't have anything else I can really do. So let's play this sorcery, because we might need to do it again or kill something else with our lightning bolt. Alright, Dawn. Return all creatures with power 2 or less. Is that just the Hope of Gurpur? And it doesn't show me. What did it return? Oh, they put Teshar in their graveyard? Okay. Alright, we drew an excellent land. And copy it. You may cast the copies without paying their mana cost. I'm really worried that I can't actually cast them. Or I can only cast one. So let's... Blasting Cannons. And tick up Chandra. And leave open the Lightning Bolt. Alright. Relic Seeker. Relic Seeker becomes renowned. Alright, so they cast Teshar. They'll have priority to cast the Hope of Gurpur. And then let's... Actually, that doesn't return anything. Alright, we're probably going to Swelter Suns then. Our Lannery Storm isn't doing anything. It is tying up the martial law in case we play another creature. It's Blasting Cannons. Snow-covered mountain. Mana Vault. Let's just cast Sweltering Suns. They've played the Hope of Gurpur like 4 times. Okay. And it's never even swung. So this is a pretty cool deck. I'm actually really impressed with it. I really liked what it did. I can't complain too much about the card choices. The one time I did draw the Mindsparker, it was actually good. I mean, like I said, when, you know, against the Grenzo match, I had some bad cards in my hand, but that's not the kind of thing you're going to see in a tournament or anything like that. Blood Moon, again, is going to be better in tournaments than not in tournaments. A lot of the just for fun rooms, the players just have a bunch of basics, even in their 3 and 4 color decks, just because that's what they have. You know, the mana bases can be pretty expensive otherwise. So, you know, I mean, aside from the maybe Mindsparker and I still not high on the Electrostatic Bolt. At least it's an instant. But other than that, I think the deck's pretty good. I don't want to like run through and make a bunch of changes or anything like that. This deck it does really well, and I think it does achieve that balance that I was talking about at the end of the Pia and Kieran Nalaar of being able to hit your opponent in the face. I didn't think Captain Lannery Storm would be as good as it is, but it really, really is. And I did think that these kind of things were the kind of things you'd want as well. These hasty, big damage, you know, very, very quickly kind of spells. So I think I'm going to try this in a tournament. I don't know how well it's going to do, but we can find out, which does mean I need to pick up the correct Phoenix. This one has not been that good, and when you're dealing with Leovold and Kess, you want something that's going to be more resistant to removal. So I'm gonna do that. I don't know if that video is gonna be tomorrow. I do have to play all of my matches at different times when I'm playing a tournament in order to make sure I'm not just playing the same player and over and over again. You know, even if I have a good matchup, I don't do that just because it's not interesting for videos. So I'm gonna try and get that video tomorrow, but it might not work out just because, you know, it sometimes can take me a few days to play through a league just because I can't always play you can't play the same game, can't play one game right after another. So look for that at some point in the future. And maybe I'll just do it mid next week as a bonus next week. But until then, thank you for watching. Have a good night.